the thinking of, I deserve this.
Yeah.
You're just, you know what? No, hey, look, I want this, so I should get it. Life doesn't work that way.
No.
Like, just because you want it doesn't mean you'll get it.
Yeah.
You need to, you need to create it. You need to work for it.
Yeah.
I have a conversation with my wife about our daughter. Like, it's not necessary to have 25 gifts at Christmas.
Yeah, yeah.
And, the families come, they bring all kinds of stuff. Consumption issues aside, because that's a whole climate thing of just like over the top consumption.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, anything you've ever bought. There's a comedian that did a skit about that. He has red hair. He's hilarious.
Oh, I know. Carrot Top?
No, not Carrot Top. He also stars in The Mandalorian.
Oh, I'm super bad at movies, Rye. I never have time to watch them.
That's true. But he does a skit on that, and he says, everything you've ever bought at one point in time is somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't just disappear. We tend to have a thing like, oh, it's in the garbage can, it's gone.
Yeah.
Like, it's gone to some secret place somewhere where it's not, but it's still there, right? I mean, there's a walrus somewhere with a wrapped sweater that I bought at one point that I threw out, with that was funny that I bought it, but there's probably some sea animal that's being choked by it right now. It's not really funny, but we don't think about these things.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, you talked about hard work, and that's one of the things that probably if you do work hard when you're younger and you understand the value of hard work, you're going to obviously understand that if I have to work hard to get this amount of money, I'm going to spend it more wisely because, I don't really feel like doing it all over again next year just to buy a new iPhone again.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we were talking before we got on, and you work very hard. Tell me about your schedule. Tell me about your schedule, but because, you're on the radio, you're doing Virgin, you're working hard there, but you have the Kelly Alexander show. You put a lot of time into that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you have quite a bit of success. You're talking about, you interviewed Missy Elliott, you interviewed a whole bunch of amazing people. So this is on the side on top of that. So talk to me about, that's your dream and all the hard work it took to get there. And I think that's going to, sort of motivate a lot of people that are listening.
Yeah, well, I think if you have a passion, whatever it is, like for me, I love doing interviews. Like I could sit and do them all day long because I just find it fascinating. Like, again, like I said earlier, I always feel like I'm the conduit between the fan listening or the audience member listening and if the artist that I'm either interviewing or if it's the financial expert. I just want to be that conduit and ask appropriate questions and questions that the fans want to know. And so I could do that all day long. Like I absolutely love it. And so with my day job, that's not a full-time requirement of me. Like, thank God I get to do it for Virgin. I love doing it for Virgin. But because Virgin is commercial radio, we only have a short amount of time to do the interviews because we can't air the full ones on the air. We just don't have the time. We have to play the music. So that's when I got into creating, back in 2009, the Kelly Alexander Show, which started off as a podcast, and it still is. But I've now, sort of branched out a bit. So we're now a visual podcast. So people can watch us, just like this. And so you can watch, but it's funny. It's like a visual podcast, but it's like, right now I'm really focusing on one-off interviews and building my brand that way. So we have a YouTube channel. So you just type in Kelly Alexander Show and you'll find us. And we do a lot of R&B and pop stuff. And then I just recently had a feather in my cap was to get Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue. And so he was a big guest that we had a couple of months ago. And we just have conversations. And I'm really fortunate that the fans really take to my line of questioning and how I treat the guest. Because it really is like just a fun conversation. It doesn't feel like an interview. And so that's what we're focusing on now. And but because I have to, not have to, I love my day job. So I do my day job, but in order to get this off the ground and keep working towards my goal, I get up usually at 5 or before, and I try to put in a couple of hours of Kelly Alexander Show stuff, if you will. And then I work out, and then I start day job. And then after day job is over, I do like anywhere between another hour or two. I try to go to bed early. So like I'm not up at midnight working on it. So there's times where I'm like, you should keep going. But I'm in this place now where I'm like, if I'm doing it from a place of super tiredness, it's not the best either.
It's not as sharp.
Yeah. So I try to, and then I try to get in extra hours during the weekend as well. But it's a passion for me, and getting the comments that we do from our fans saying like, Kelly, thank you for asking this question. It's something I've always wanted to know, means the world to me. And it means like that the work I'm doing pays off. So working hard pays off. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's one lesson that maybe a lot of young people and a lot of not even young people, I think just a lot of people need to realize that if you work hard and you work smart, you're going to get better results than the person next to you that just
is a little more entitled.
Yeah.
That's not, that wants to have, and I think I run into this a lot in terms of clients, and we try to like, coach them out of it. But, the thinking of, I deserve this.
Yeah.
You just, no, hey, look, I want this, so I should get it. Life doesn't work that way.
No.
Like, just because you want it doesn't mean you'll get it.
Yeah.
You need to, you need to create it. You need to work for it.
Yeah. What's funny is I actually will not use the word, like, Kelly never uses the word deserve. I'm now talking in the third person, but like, I will never say the word like I deserve this, or I will never use that word. I will always use I need to earn it, or I've earned it. And I will also say too, we haven't touched on this, but I've been in martial arts since I was 6 years old, and being in martial arts has really helped as well with discipline. And
I'm a little afraid now.
And I really feel like, I mean, martial arts is not for everybody, but even if you might not want to do because I'm in a combat sport like karate, so there's that element. But even if you're not into that, but would maybe prefer like yoga or something like that, it still requires discipline. And the amount of benefits that I have received, and my teammates that I see, like the kids that I see that are in my karate class and karate school, they're miles ahead of other kids as far as I'm concerned. Like, and they don't need to even to be like in karate. Like, I think karate does have a special mixture or special magic, if you want to call it that. But I'm very happy to see any kid in skating or soccer or baseball, something where they're accountable either to teammates or to themselves, and accountable to their parents who are paying the money to put them in the sport. I just think that it gives them an extra mindset of like earning and working towards something, and as opposed to the kids that are staying at home playing on video games.
Discipline and consistency, because consistency is also a big thing. A lot of people aren't consistent, and that's seen just every January 5th, right? You're going to the workout. If you're working
the January joiners, Ryan.
The January joiners. I think every gym owner has basically survives based on the people that take there, and then are too busy because they're not looking at their finances, because they didn't get enough education when they were young to actually realize that they're paying for a membership they're not going to use. Or they're paying for it in the hope, because it makes them feel better that, I have this membership, but they're not really doing it.